Good morning and welcome to Cincy Lifestyle on this Wednesday.
Yes, indeed. Kind of a gloomy day out there, but hey, it's Wednesday. We're halfway. We're 2.5 days away from the weekend.
That's okay. I can find hope in that.
Yeah,
Clyde.
there you
Thank
go.
you very much.
There's
That's a good way to put it.
There's hope in that.
We got a great show.
We do. We do.
I'm excited.
Including pets and plays and wedding dresses. Hope for the future. Indeed.
Excited.
You know, we frequently like to start off talking about stuff that you could consider a
I'm
thing.
already shaking my head, people.
Wait a minute. Now, wait. Don't give it away. A thing. And for some reason, when you Google Gwyneth Paltrow, up comes something about Gwyneth Paltrow's candle, which has become a thing.
Her candle's a thing.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. It's a thing. It's a cultural moment because Gwyneth and a guy were working on the scent for this candle, and they put stuff that could be described as like a bundle of roses wrapped in suede, a voluptuous scent of fantasy and seduction, made with a combination of natural and safe synthetic fragrance with top notes of bergamot, geranium, and cedar, heart notes of damask rose, and a base of, what's that, ambrette seed. Okay,
wow.
All that?
Yeah.
So Gwyneth takes...
Sounds like I can't miss.
You can't miss. Gwyneth takes a whiff of it and comes away thinking, wow, that smells like something that's anatomically correct, without going into too much detail. And it's like, how did you get that out of bergamot and damask rose and stuff like that? Well, all of a sudden now, if you Google Gwyneth Paltrow, up comes the candle thing. You're speechless, I know. That's how I was.
So speechless.
Well, yeah, it's anatomically correct. She is, and that's how she described it. It reminded her of herself in a certain way. Elton John, one of the first guys to jump on the bandwagon. He was right there. I'll take a ton. Literally, I mean, he bought a whole lot of it. So.
Yeah, would you buy it?
No. No, I don't think so. I'm not a big fan of hers anyway. There's nothing personal. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah.
But
so
I don't
what is
know.
your favorite candle scent?
Well, I kind of like bergamot, geranium, and cedar, but I wouldn't come away from those things being reminded of something. So.
Yeah,
anyway.
I wouldn't either. You know, give me lavender. It is safe. It is nothing to do with the anatomy. It is just lavender, and it smells good, and it relaxes you.
Sandalwood's mine. Sandalwood is mine.
All right.
All right. Well, you know, since we're on kind of a somewhat similar theme, January is the beginning of wedding season for a whole lot of folks. And whether you got engaged over the holidays, or maybe you think Mr. Right just might be planning something of a Valentine's Day surprise, there's one bridal shop that is taking the stress out of finding the perfect wedding dress. These gowns are absolutely gorgeous, aren't they, Mona?
Oh my goodness, you know I get so excited about wedding dresses, and right now I want to welcome Noelle Hermish, the owner of Rouge Bridal. Thank you, Noelle.
Yes.
I'm so happy you're here.
I'm happy I'm here too.
I love bridal season, so
Me too.
Tell us a little bit about Rouge and what sets you apart.
So we're located in Greensburg, Indiana, about 45 minutes from Cincinnati. What sets us apart is we do a whole lot of pre-work before our brides even come in. We ask a lot of questions. We get their vision for what they're wanting, their wedding, their theme, and have them send us pictures of dresses they like. We have dresses pulled before they even get there. So when our bride walks in, we really feel like we know her, we know what her expectations are and what her vision is.
I love that preparation before you walk in the door. All right, so you brought some dresses with you. Let's go over and take a look.
Perfect.
Perfect. Oh my goodness, I love both of these.
We do too.
Tell me why you chose these to bring.
Okay, because both are very different. This one is a bit more modern with the crepe fabric, very simple in the front, but where you get your wow factor on this dress is on the back, because it's beaded in a very sheer open back. It's beautiful. Because when you're at your wedding, what do people see? They see the back of your dress.
They do, right.
They do.
And it's gonna wow them. I'm looking at it right now. Oh my goodness, that is the wow factor.
Yes.
Right, very sheer. I love the buttons all the way down.
All the way down.
Oh, the train, that's different.
Yes, it is.
So tell me, are all wedding dresses, are these like handmade, hand stitched?
Parts of them are.
Okay.
Parts of them are. So like this would have to be hand stitched on.
Right.
But
All right. So
most of the beading is. This
talk to
one,
us about this
I love this one because you have your lace, that's ivory, and then you have a champagne underlay. But if you really look at it, you've got some beautiful detailed beading on this.
Oh, you do.
And that champagne underlay really makes the lace pop, so you can really see your detail.
I love this necklace with
I
this.
love that necklace.
Yes.
It's very classy. Adds just a little bit more elegance to the look.
It does. All right, so what are the trends that you're seeing for the 2020 weddings?
So like I just talked about this dress, we're seeing ivory overlay your lace with a darker color underlay.
And so can this color be anything, the underlay? Be any
Depending on the
color?
designer.
Okay.
It depends on the designer because that's where you run into some restrictions.
Okay.
So we're seeing off the shoulder sleeves. We're seeing things be very flowy.
Okay.
And then some fabrics we're seeing come back in are the crepe,
Yes.
Mikado, and satin's even making a comeback.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wonderful. All right. So tell me some questions that brides may not be asking, but they
they
really
should be.
need to ask. Yes.
So if you're shorter and the dress is really long on you,
Yeah.
ask if it comes 4 inches shorter.
Okay.
If the hem is lace, ask if that lace can come detached because that's going to save you on your alteration cost.
Right.
If you're really tall, ask if extra length can be added.
Okay.
So those are some things. And then always, if you see a dress that has a different color underlay, don't get hung up on that because it can always come in an ivory.
Okay. All right. Tell us where people can find you. You can find Rouge Bridal Boutique.
You can find us at 205 East Main Street in Greensburg, Indiana.
Okay.
On Facebook and Instagram at Rouge Bridal 16, www.rougebridal.com, and our phone number is 812-593-4851.
All right, Noelle, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Appreciate it. Rouge Bridal Boutique. Clyde.
All right, Mona, thanks a lot. You know, for more than 70 years, there's one local no-kill shelter that's been helping homeless animals find a family. And today we want to help them with that mission. And so let's welcome Brian Brzezinski from the League for Animal Welfare and Ezzy, who is looking for a home. Brian, thank you and Ezzy for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
So talk to us a little bit about what the League is and what its mission is.
So we are one of Ohio's largest and oldest no-kill shelters. We're a rescue shelter and we do adoptions. And our mission is to help reduce the number of homeless pets out there between adopting out pets, and then we also do a lot of programs that kind of educate, like spaying and neutering and everything that can help with the overpopulation. And Ezzy's one of our dogs that we have
She likes the
available.
camera.
She does.
She does.
she's
So
a
how
breeder.
did she come into your care?
She came to us from a traditional rural shelter. We pull from a lot of more traditional shelters that just don't have the resources or the space. So when we have space in our kennel, we have a whole team of transporters that get in contact with those shelters and bring us here. So she came to us just back in December from one of those shelters.
Okay, and while we tend to think of dogs, this is not just for dogs. You also handle cats, right?
Correct. Yeah, we have a good variety of cats there as well. So we adopt out both cats and dogs.
So talk to us a little bit about how many animals you take in, roughly.
So last year we adopted out just under 1,000. So normally once we adopt one out, we'll have space to come in. So it's about that amount too.
No, she
Yes, you got
she's
herself
all
caught
right.
on her harness. But yeah, so we've taken roughly about anywhere from 900 to 1,000 because we adopt out that many.
Okay.
So we love having a good turnover rate like that though.
Well, that's a good thing, but you know, not everybody can adopt an animal. Are there other ways that people can help you with your mission?
Oh yeah, definitely. We always accept donations and stuff for the dogs, whether it's treats, blankets, and then we also have a lot of volunteers, and we love having the volunteers. They help socialize the dogs. They can come hang out with them, walk with them, same with the cats. So we love having volunteers, and they can always come in and they help us get the animals their home too.
Okay, so when you adopt an animal in terms of health and things of that nature and vaccinations, what do you tell people about that?
Oh, we make sure that we send them home either spayed or neutered, and then they've been microchipped and that they're up to date on all the vaccinations they can have. So we don't send anyone home unless they're happy and healthy and ready for that home.
Okay. How many animals do you have right now, right quick?
We have about roughly 30 dogs and roughly about 40 cats right now.
Okay, all right, so there is a selection.
Oh yeah, definitely. definitely a few choices.
And right quick, how can people find out more about the League for Animal Welfare?
They can go to our website, it's lfaw.org, or they can give us a call at 735-2299. And we also do have a Facebook page as well that we keep up to date.
All right, and just remember, Ezzy, who is a lovely girl,
She is. She's
available.
a sweetheart.
Yes, she is. Brian, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
She seems to love the camera as well. Love that. Well, until recently, the dominant feature of the Cincinnati skyline was the Carew Tower. It was designed in the Art Deco era and intended to be a city within a city. That's just a part of its history. Take a look.
We're atop the Carew Tower in downtown Cincinnati. If you look south to us, there's the Ohio River and northern Kentucky. And then behind us, you can see in the distance Indiana. And then obviously we're in Ohio. So you can see all states from up here atop the Carew Tower. The Carew Tower complex was built in 1929. The building began in September of 1929. And the design elements were very French Art Deco, which came from the World Fair in Paris, France in 1925. So French Art Deco was very popular during that time frame. So all these elements were incorporated into the building. And it opened in 1931. So a little over a year it took to complete the entire project. And they had men working 24/7 to get this job done. The building itself was a city within a city complex, one of the first and unique designs in the country, later to be followed by the Rockefeller Center in New York City. But it had all the elements of a city. It had an office tower, several restaurants, a complete garage, fully automated, and of course the Netherland Plaza Hotel. One of the most amazing features of the Carew Tower complex is if you look at the facade, it looks like a regular skyscraper, but when you come into the building is really when you see its true beauty revealed. There's amazing murals throughout the hotel spaces, the largest one piece of rookwood pottery, and a lot of things that as you walk into the building, you're just completely amazed. So I love to tell visitors top 10 things to do if you're visiting Cincinnati. You have to do the Carew Tower and Netherland Plaza complex, and you have to take a visit to the observation deck. You really get a perspective, the lay of the land, the different states that are bordering the city and the river views. And you can see the construction and the new development, as well as the old that's been here as well too. But its silhouette and skyline can be seen throughout the region when you're looking at the city, especially when you're coming down the cut in the hill. And it's been an iconic backdrop on some amazing productions. If you go back to the WKRP in Cincinnati days, it's highlighted there, and Edge of the Night, a soap opera, was very prominently featured there as well too. So, but the structure itself, very unique, and it's kind of a fun experience when you come into the building. It has a one elevator bay that takes you up to the 45th floor, in which you need to get into a much smaller elevator, or you could take the stairs and travel up another 3 flights to the 49th floor in the observation deck. So it's kind of a fun ride in itself, getting up here. But the views once you're up here are amazing. Another unique advantage of this, if you've ever visited other observation decks, this observation deck is certainly very open air, and so you're not cut off from the outsides right here. So if the Empire State Building, you're visiting that, there's glass walls that take you up, or you're enclosed. Here it's completely open air, so you can feel the breeze coming in, or lack of breeze, and really feel the elements up here. So it's really a fun experience.
I've been up there, he's right. Coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, we'll stare into our crystal ball and tell you about Fortune. Now, that's a romantic comedy presented by the Cincinnati Ensemble Theater that is sure to have you laughing out loud. So be sure to stay right here with us, because we will be right back.
Okay, how much truth can you take? If you could know the unvarnished truth and nothing but the truth about your future, would you want to? Those questions are at the heart of the play Fortune at the Ensemble Theater. And boy, I am so happy to welcome my guest today, Kelly Mingle-Cook, who plays Maud, the clairvoyant, and Jeremy Dubin, who plays, well, Jeremy. Right.
Indeed.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
That's right.
Part I was born to play.
Exactly. It was. So tell me a little bit about Fortune.
Sure. It's a quirky, offbeat romantic comedy that begins with a lonely, desperate accountant who comes to a lonely, antisocial clairvoyant trying to find out if he's ever going to find love. and she takes a little look into his future, doesn't look good, uses the play to try and change the course of things, and along the way their relationship turns into something that neither of them can predict.
Oh.
But it's a rom-com, so we kind of know what's going to happen.
So,
I think the journey is the fun part of it, knowing how they get to that point.
Right.
So, yeah.
So like what, can you share some of the laugh out loud moments, or can you just share one?
Well, you go. I've been talking.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, let me just mention that she can boss him around like that because they are actually married
That's
in
right.
real life.
Pick up on that chemistry? It's nice. Thank you. Some of I think Kelly is a wonderful scene partner, but I have some delightful interactions with some invisible pigeons that that always makes me giggle. So that's a fun part.
Yeah, and there's some fun costume changes for Maud, playing some different ladies to try and give him some. Just that sounds terrible.
No. I want to see how that sentence ended.
Okay, so it's been out a couple weeks. So tell me how it's been received. Oh yeah, we're looking at some of the photos from the play too.
Yeah, I think the audiences have been so sweet. It's a giggle out loud, sometimes a little guffawing, but it's just a nice, happy, entertaining slice of warmth during January.
Okay, so this is a two-person play, right? So tell me, what are the advantage and the challenges?
Yeah, it's definitely daunting, right? There's no downtime, you hopefully have a chance to grab just a gulp of water on your way from one scene to the next. But it's nice in that you're sort of immersed in that world. A lot of times in a show, if you have a scene, then have a scene off, and then you have another scene, you're kind of in and out of the world. Like this, once it starts, we're in it the whole time, and it creates like such a kind of rich, immersive experience.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to get people in those seats. Tell us the when and where.
Sure, tonight through February 15th, day after Valentine's Day, and you can go to ensemblecincinnati.org.
All right, thank you both for being here. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us.
It's a winner. It's a winner, people. You got to go see it. Clyde.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says about 1 out of every 4 kids nationwide is the victim of bullying. That's a huge number. But a local organization is trying to cut those numbers down. We talked to Dr. Odell Owens about the safe spaces Interact for Health has created for kids in our community.
When we think about bullying, oftentimes we want to associate bullying with schools, but unfortunately bullying can happen everywhere, including the adult workplace. And that's why we should be concerned, because this is not just a problem with children. It may start in the earlier years with children, but it's not a problem just for children. There are multiple types of bullying. Some is physical, but some are more just verbal, where people want to hurt you with words. They want to hurt your reputation. Are they looking to provoke a response? They want to see you cry. They want to see you beg. They want to see you run. It certainly has physical health implications. When you think about bullying, there are 3 components. There's the person who's bullying, there's the child who's being bullied, and then there's those who watch. The one who's being bullied, more than likely they were bullied. And certainly the child that's being bullied suffers most of the emotional damage. Children who are bullied certainly are going to be unhappy. And if you're unhappy, that's going to impact the kind of student you're going to be. Your grades are going to suffer, and we've seen that with kids making great grades, get bullied, and the grades drop. And that's one of the early signs for the parent to go and talk to the school that what's going on with their child. They're going to become depressed. They're going to become withdrawn. And the ultimate sad part is that some of them may seek suicide for relief. When kids are bullied, oftentimes they'll complain to their parents about a variety of symptoms to ensure they don't go to school. They wake up happy, and then they realize they got to go to school that day, and they're going to start having some pains in their abdomen. They may even vomit. So a lot of anxiety, because they know when they go to school, bullying is waiting for them, and they're going to be unhappy. Some of the more subtle signs of a child who is doing the bullying may be that that child's in a lot of confrontation in school, a lot of arguments. Maybe they're getting phone calls from other parents or from the school saying that your child is aggressive. And sometimes the word aggressive and bullying may be the same. Through our school-based health centers, I think the first line of defense is our nurse practitioner, and that's a trusted person that a student can share that concern. And also, I think they're trained to look for those early warning signs and bring it up even if the child doesn't bring it up. We're fortunate that at Roe Hill Academy, which is a Cincinnati public school on the west side, they have a group of students called the CARE Crew. and they're dedicated to stopping bullying. So they try to promote healthy activities and try to encourage kids to get along. I think that's a start, a wonderful start, because it really has to come from the kids. Because the problem is in the kids, solutions got to come from the kids as well.
Good advice, Dr. Owens. Thank you so much. Now, for more information on how to keep your kids safe from bullying, you can give Interact for Health a call, 888-310-4904, or check them out online at interactforhealth.org. Mona?
Well, we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, be sure to check us out on Instagram. We post all kinds of behind-the-scenes pictures from right here on the set and while we're out in the community. So follow us on Instagram at Cincy Lifestyle.
All right, taking a quick look at yet another overcast day in the tri-state. PK, the director, who is up to speed on all things scientific,
he is, yes.
informs us that the sun is there. It's just above the clouds.
Oh, wow.
News alert.
Does that count as a sunny day?
In his world, yes.
Yes, okay.
Well, coming up tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle, we pop the question, does your clutter spark joy? Chances are it doesn't. Neat Method will be here to give us some tips on how to make your life a little more tidy.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Then we learn how women in Cincinnati use to deal with catcallers, yeah, or mashers, as they were known in my day especially. It's all part of another...
Really? When was that?
It's a Cincinnati curiosity tomorrow.
I'd never heard that phrase, masher.
My mother, when we would go to the movies by ourselves, she warned us of mashers and lice and things like that. Don't put your head on the back of the chair.
Which was the worst one?
Mashers, yes. Make it a great day.
Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.